I am Anna and I love makeup, and welcome to my channel. And if you are a returning viewer, welcome back. Hi, how are you? Glad to see you again. Today we are doing a Valentine's Day look that came out quite different than what I anticipated or planned kind of in my head. But you know, they say you make plans. Yeah. So yeah, this is what we ended up with and I quite love it. It's very kind of ethereal, blended, smooth and cohesive, and just everything's just kind of flowed together, and we paired it with a nice mauvey glossy lip, and yeah, I kind of love it. So if you want to see how I got this look using the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette, just keep on watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe and comment down below some looks you want to see. Let's get into this Valentine's Day glam. Okay, today we are doing a Valentine's Day look. Yeah, I'm actually on time to do a holiday look, I think. And we'll have it out a good bit before the holidays so we have time to get some inspiration. And I'm not posting it the day before the holiday. So that's what it's been like, because I'm not good at planning YouTube stuff out. And I've got makeup all over my shirt already. So yeah, that's what we're doing today, is a Valentine's Day kind of romantic, pretty look using the Retrograde palette because it's so pretty and I any excuse to use it. I'm still trying to get a good feel of it, feel for it, so we can give it a good review and really understand the palette. I also want to demonstrate using a sponge tip applicator. This is a silicone sponge tip applicator, or it's silicone filling, I don't know if it actually is. But this one is from BH Cosmetics. Huda sells these on her website for a hell of a lot more than what this one probably cost. And I'm going to show you how well the shimmers apply with this little guy. Let's go ahead and get started. I've already primed my lids using CoverGirl Undercover Concealer. And my brows I tried to tame down a little bit today because yesterday they were pretty large and in charge in the video. It's okay. First shade I'm going to go into is, I think, Utopia. Is a very peachy shade. I'm taking that on the large e.l.f. Flawless Concealer brush that I like to use as my transition brush. And we're just gonna swipe her along, windshield wiper motions. Okay, yep, that's pretty pigmented color. Oh, it's pretty. I like it. And we're just gonna build up the transition. I don't have a 100% like set plan in my head. I'm just gonna sitting down and playing today. I had to tear myself away from watching The Crown. This color builds up quite pretty and peachy. My viewfinder, it's not looking super vibrant, but in person it looks pretty. I'm digging it. I think it's a nice shade. Very nice transition shade. Something a little different. Let's see. Next, I think I'm going to go in with Karma on a pointy tapered crease brush. This is an e.l.f. Fluffy Eye Blender. And we take this lower in the crease and a little more concentrated. It's a very nice color as well. Letting that merge into Utopia. Playing with this palette really makes me want to revisit Desert Dusk. I'm gonna take a little bit more Utopia just to kind of go around this edge. I'm blending quite high with Utopia. I'm going to... I wish there was a slightly lighter shade in the palette just for something for my brow bone, because there's not. So I'm trying to kind of soften that up a little bit more right there. I think I'm going to take a little bit of Hot Mess, just get a little bit more pink in there. I'm going to take that on a flat kind of fluff. This is called what? A blending brush, but it's kind of flat but fluffy at the same time. I'm going to take it on one side, just like that, and I'm going to pat it right out here, and then flip it over and blend it into the crease. I think that looks cool. Get a little bit of a berry tone in there. I'm gonna take a little bit of this on the inner part. Just kind of sandwich it in there. And just making sure everything's blended. And take a little bit more Karma and fluffy brush and just windshield wiper that around. Definitely don't want to lose that warmth from that shade. Just moving on to the lid, take the little silicone applicator from BH Cosmetics. I don't know where else you could probably find these. Not sure. I kind of feel like the sponge ones, like the old school ones, work just as well. I'm going to take this, I'm going to go into the shade Supernova. I'm just going to kind of pat it and not really rub or push down or anything, very light hand. I'm going to take this on the inner corner here. I mean, look at that. You just, whoop, and it's on. This may actually give me better results than using the NYX glitter primer. Like what? What is happening? But yeah, I saw that she had launched these tools like similar to this, and I was like, you know, I think I have something kind of almost just like that. So I pulled it out the other day to test, and I was like, yep, it works. I need to try it with the Desert Dust palette. This also is just easy, especially if you have nails and you need to apply something on your finger and you can't. Just use an applicator, my goodness. It ain't gonna, it's not the end of the world. But for this formula, she did come out with something to work with it, just like this. And I'm taking this a little bit past the fold of my eye, kind of blending her up. You can see how that's just going on super easy and right where I want it to lay down. And I'm going to take this on the outer corner as well, and leave the middle part blank. You see, Supernova is like a pinky color with a red shift in it, or a golden shift. And that is kind of a perfect kind of romantic Valentine's Day color. Take a pencil brush, I'm gonna take a little more hot mess, just on the outer corner to keep the depth out there. I'm gonna take just a teeny bit of Vortex, just right in this outer corner. I'm going to take that little applicator again, I'm going to wipe it off. You see it wipes right off when you just rub it on a paper towel or whatever. The pigment comes directly off of it. So now we're going to Gold Glitch, which is a really cool shade. It's got a little bit of gold, a little bit of pink, a lot of different kind of tones mixed in here, and glitters or shimmers. It's a very chunky shade, and we're going to pop this on the center of the lid. Alright, and I go back, wipe that off, and I go back into Supernova again, and just kind of make sure it's blended into one another. I want this to be very shimmering, kind of hazy, just kind of something a little bit soft and romantic. I'm gonna kind of maybe add a little more definition with my pencil brush and take a little bit of hot mess. Around, just to give a little bit shape, kind of define like a new crease almost. A blending brush once again, Karma, kind of come around to that and soften it out. Alright, and make sure that Gold Glitch is super vibrant. And pat it up the center of the eye. Okay, I'm going to clean the little applicator off again, and I'm going to jump into the shade called Galaxy, which is a very, a little bit more of a champagne shade. It's a little bit cooler toned. I'm going to take it on the inner corner here. I think I'm going to take just a touch more Vortex. Okay, I think this looks really pretty though. Yeah, this is like a soft, nice kind of romantic Valentine's Day look. And we're going to amp it up with a lip, don't worry, and some lashes, and we're going to get it a little more vampy. But for right now, I think this looks quite nice. I don't know, maybe this won't be a vampy look. I had every intention of wearing this lippy. I still might, I don't know. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the lower lash line. Okay, tied up lower lash line, applied a little bit of concealer under there as a primer. Of course, using the CoverGirl Undercover concealer because it's just a fantastic concealer, so why not? I'm going to take my pencil brush right off the bat. I'm going to go into Hot Mess, and we're just going to go right along this lower lash line. Well, I'm going to stick to the outer portion with it, and then kind of flow up into the upper portion. Okay, now I'm going to take Karma, same brush, and just kind of softly blur it along the whole lower lash line. So I'm not worried about getting too blended out or crazy because we're still going to go back and do her face, and it can kind of take it down a notch if it gets a little too wild. Taking that flat fluffy brush again from e.l.f. and a little bit of Karma. Just to kind of blow it out, bring it all out here, and it all just kind of join up. Alright, take a little bit of Vortex on the little pencil brush, get right up in the outer corner. And just about the outer third. And just kind of work that little C shape. Let's go back to the little applicator in the shade Galaxy. Just pop down that inner corner. So these shades almost remind me of Soft Gum Putty formula. They're a little bit creamy. Alright, taking blending brush again, it's clean. I'm just kind of running it around. I haven't put any new product on it anyway, it's not clean. I'm going to dip a little bit into Karma. Just come around out here. For a liner, I'm going to take just a little bit of, well, just do a very small line along the upper lash line just to hide my lash band. So now I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of my face. I'm going to go ahead and do my foundation and the rest of my concealer, contour, all that, and we will be back for the finishing touches. Okay, so I've done foundation, concealer, contour, and I'm just finishing up the eyes. I did some lashes, and I haven't done my mascara yet, but I just went ahead and popped the lashes on, and I've tight lined my upper waterline and the lower waterline with NYX Faux Whites in linen on the lower part. The upper one's just black, and yeah. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to take a large fluffy brush here, the one I used for my transition, and I'm jumping into the shade Momentum. I'm just kind of taking that just around this outer part to really blend and get everything nice and seamless looking. So I really want this to be a very hazy, blown out look. And then taking a little bit of Karma and dancing it around in this outer part. I think that looks quite good. And blending, of course, right in here in this inner part where things always get a little messed up. And yeah, I think that is pretty much the eyes done. They look pretty good and soft. You know, they're a lot less dramatic than what I was going for today. They come out much softer and just, I don't know, sweet and pretty. When, you know, I usually go for dark and dramatic. And I'm not mad about this. I think it looks... So next, I'm going to go ahead and do my highlighter. I think I'm going to use I'm So Lit from Wet n Wild. I think that will look cool with this since we have the gold in the center of the eye. I'm going to pull a blush from the Fetish blush palette because I just really like the blushes and the little highlighters in this, and I think they're pretty. But I want to take just a little bit, I think, of Rose Shock. Yeah, take a little bit of Rose Shock because it is a pink with a slight warmth in it. So I'm just going to take that on a highlighter brush once again, and I'm just going to tap into that and just dust it right here on the cheeks. Just to give a little bit of a pink kind of iridescence. And I'm going to go over top of that with Bathory, which is a berry tone, light hand, and kind of blending it high. Just get a little bit of pinky color on the cheeks. Not a color I would typically go for. Alright, I'm going to jump a little bit into Salem, which is the peachy tone in the center, just to kind of warm things up a little bit. I just end up kind of doing a combo of both those shades because I feel like they work pretty well together. Maybe take a touch of Magick. Almost like a painting or something of just this haze of color up here, kind of making a C shape and merging into the eyes. I think it's such a pretty look, and I don't do it that often. It's just a little bit different, a little avant-garde. A little bit of bronzer. This is Wet n Wild. Just bring it around the perimeter. I don't know, I feel like this always helps kind of marry everything together. It's just throwing a little bit of bronze. And as a finishing touch, I'm going to take my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Ethereal. Hit right under here, under the eyes a little bit. Just brighten and kind of blend around the face. This just kind of works as a little bit of a buffing out, airbrushing. Finishing step. I like to take this soft dual fiber brush and just kind of swirl it about. This just takes down any harshness and make sure everything's blended. You see, it kind of toned down the blush a little bit and made everything just look a little bit softer, a little bit soft focused. And we'll do a little bit of setting spray, and we're gonna move on to the lips. For lips, I was gonna go with this super vampy red shade, but I don't think that will look good with this eye. I thought the this inner corner shade was a little bit more red than it is. It's pulling pink on me, which I like it now, but it wasn't my initial plan. So I'm gonna have to reevaluate my lip color of choice, and yeah, I think we're gonna go with Secret from CoverGirl. This is the Melting Pout Matte. I'm gonna go ahead and line my lips, pop this on. Alright, and finishing off the lip with a little bit of gloss from Wet n Wild. This is the Liquid Catsuit in Petal Poison. But yeah, I went ahead and put my shirt on and took off the choker because it was just wrong look, I think. I just needed something a little softer. Okay, and this is the finished look. Get the hair out a little judge, and yeah. This came out totally different than I was actually kind of going in planning. I was thinking I was gonna go for some kind of dark and vampy because I thought that the pinker shade that's on this inner part was gonna be much more red, and in some lights it does pull a little more red gold, which I think is why it works so well with this gold shade, which they kind of have colors that complement one another within it and shimmers. I think this look came out so pretty. I like the haziness and the soft blend. It's kind of ethereal and just soft. It's definitely a look I would wear for Valentine's Day or like a date night or just a night out in general, because I think it's pretty. And I love the way that the blush and the highlight, everything is just blended together and just very cohesive feeling. And I think the lip looks great with this. And yeah, I don't usually play with pinky tones. And you know what? I'm not mad at it. I quite like this a lot. This might be one of my favorite looks I ever did, and it was kind of an accident. So I was gearing towards doing something totally different and ended up here. But yeah, this is the look. If you enjoyed following along with me and want to see more Valentine's Day looks coming up, you know I'm going to do something pretty vampy. I got to. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment down below what looks you would like to see coming up and what other type of videos would you like to see from me. But yeah, that is all for today. stay spooky. Bye now.